Hi, my name is Michael Wilson. I had two near-death experiences in 2003 and 2015 that completely changed my life and transformed me into the person I am today and the work that I do today. Before we continue, if you are new to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel for more of these testimonies coming your way. Also like this video so that YouTube can push this video to as many people as possible. We will be glad if you like this video. And if you just did, may God bless you. Now let's begin. My first near-death experience happened on January 2nd, 2003. On New Year's Eve of 2003, I checked into the hospital. I'd been having flu-like symptoms for several days, and they weren't improving. I'd tried everything I knew how to do. Chicken soup, water fasts, all those things, but my health wasn't getting better. I called my mother on New Year's Eve because back then, New Year's Eve was always special for me. I loved going out, celebrating, bringing in a new year and a new me. So being sick and unable to do anything really bothered me. I wanted to get over this fast. At the time, I was living in Washington, D.C., and my mother was in Canada. I called her and said, "Hey, can you prescribe me some medicine? This feels like the flu." She told me she couldn't prescribe medicine across state lines, so she suggested I go to the hospital to get checked out and get some proper treatment. I went to the hospital, and when I met with the doctor in the emergency room, I said, "I think I have the flu. Here are my symptoms: fever, weakness, and some swelling in my body." She said, "Okay, we'll run some tests, confirm if it's the flu, and get you some medicine so you can go home." But when she came back with the test results hours later, two things were different. One, she had a team of doctors behind her, about 5 or 6 of them. Two, she had a telephone in her hand and said, "You have a call." That was weird because nobody really knew I was at the hospital. I had just moved to DC months before, fresh out of college, working my first professional job. I didn't have many close friends yet, so it was so unreal. I couldn't believe it. I took the phone and said hello. As soon as I spoke, I heard my mother's voice. "Hey, I'll be there in the morning." Then she hung up. I knew then if my mother was flying from Canada to DC on a red-eye flight, this wasn't the flu. When I handed the phone back to the doctor, all the doctors surrounded my hospital bed. The one who had been treating me said, "Son, you don't have the flu. You have kidney failure, pneumonia, pancreatitis, fluid-packed lungs, a parasite in your stomach. And if that wasn't enough, you also have AIDS." Then she said, "Based on how this has progressed in your body, we think you have about 7 days to live. We'll do everything we can, but you might want to get your affairs in order." Then they left the room. I was 25 years old, just told I was dying, when I thought I just had the flu. I was in shock. As the shock wore off, I started processing the reality. I was told I was dying. Then as I lay there alone, something happened. What I now know was a life review. My entire life flashed before my eyes, not literally in front of me, but like a movie screen, showing clips of my life. The choices I made, the choices I didn't make, how I had lived, and as this played out, 5 questions kept coming up. 1. Was I happy with the life I had lived? Had I done what I truly wanted? Or had I held myself back? 2. Had I ever really been myself? Had I been authentic? Or was I hiding parts of me? Had I expressed how I truly felt to the people in my life? Did they know how much I loved them? Or would things be left unsaid? 5. Had I lived my soul's purpose? Had I fulfilled why I came into this lifetime? Or was I ignoring my calling? As I watched this movie of my life, I realized my answer to all of them was no. Not fear of death, but fear of dying without ever truly living. I was suppressing my intuitive gifts. I could sense people's true feelings, but never spoke about it. I avoided vulnerability, afraid of rejection if I expressed love. I lived with shame about my body, my gifts, my desires. I realized I was about to die without ever having truly been me. That regret was unbearable, so I made a decision. I would not die like this. I decided I would survive. I used everything I knew about manifestation. I'd studied the law of attraction before. My parents act as a buffer. Doctors had to tell them test results first, so they could deliver news in a hopeful way. Every night my family and I shared 3 things we loved about each other. No repeats. A month later, I was released from the hospital. 2 months after that, my kidneys fully healed. All other illnesses disappeared. Doctors called me a miracle. I thought I've cracked the code. I know how to heal. A year and a half later, I was back in the same hospital, same diagnosis, same low T-cell count. This time the doctor said, "You have 48 hours to live. We're prepping for emergency surgery to buy you a day or 2. It was a message from my soul, one I hadn't been listening to. I asked out loud, "What is my soul trying to tell me? What does it truly take to heal?" Then I had a near-death experience. I felt my body dissolve. No separation between me and the room. Then a bright light, yet also a deep darkness appeared. A voice spoke not in my ears, but in my consciousness. It sounded like the truest version of me, free of shame, fear, or doubt. It said, 1. The key to healing and a good life is to wholly love yourself. 2. You've learned how to make life good, but not how to let life be good to you. It took years to truly understand. Self-love isn't just affirmations or buying nice things. It's living as your soul, expressing, honoring, and feeding it daily. I learned shame, suppression, and ignoring your purpose drain your soul's energy. That depletion is the root of chronic illness. But when you live as your soul, life becomes heaven on earth. Now, I'm fully out with my sexuality. I speak my truth without fear. I do work that fulfills me, using my intuitive gift. Life is good to me not because I force it, but because I let it. If I died tomorrow, I could say yes to all those life review questions. Disease didn't come to end my life. It came to save it. It was my greatest teacher. Now I help others heal through self-love, because in the end, that's why we're here. Thank you for listening to this inspiring testimony. If you have been blessed, please, I will be so pleased if you like this video and share this testimony to your loved ones or anyone who is in need of this testimony. And as you do so, may God bless you. Please, if you are not a subscriber to our channel, please kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell icon to be the first to receive our daily inspiring testimonies of those who had a near-death experience and the message they have for you. God bless you.